to so again, I work for TRILLFIT. TRILLFIT is a purpose-driven wellness business changing the face of group fitness from Mission Hill and streaming digitally to the world. So we used to only have classes in our studio, which is in Mission Hill, but since the pandemic and closing our doors in March, we've become global because we've been able to offer our classes virtually all over the place, which has been, one of the silver linings of such a hectic year. And so our mission is really to promote health outcomes in communities of color specifically by providing increased access to our programming, supporting the initiatives of local organizations that focus on achieving health outcomes and health equity, and fostering collaboration with our public and private sectors to help really redefine what wellness experiences can look and feel like. And we do that in a number of ways. Three major ways is through access, equity, and collaboration. And I think just to say a little bit more about our mission, like we thought it was very important for us to focus on communities of color because in boutique fitness or in fitness that you may have gone to certain gyms here, you may have tried a boutique gym like a Soul Cycle or a Boston Sports Club. And often what you see when you go and why our founder, Heather White, created TRILLFIT was when she stepped into a gym, she very infrequently saw a person that looked like her, a person of color, a person from different backgrounds, a person of different sexual orientations or gender identities. It just wasn't a place that really felt like she belonged. And so she wanted to create that place because one of the aspects of health that we'll talk about is well being. And it's not just well being about how good we feel in our skin, but how good we feel an environment affords us the opportunity to be who we are in our skin. And so you really want a place where you can feel safe, especially when you're trying something hard or challenging or new like fitness. And that's why we really thought it was important to create a space like this where our motto is you belong here, that everybody belongs here. And that's really important when we think about health and well-being is belonging. So our first kind of tenet is access. We're really committed to being able to provide our access to our services to everyone and to lift up those who don't often have those safe spaces to be able to come and experience this in our community. And so we do that by partnering with a number of local organizations like About Fresh, Boston Center for Youth and Families, Sociedad Latina, Jeremiah Project, Boston Healthcare for the Homeless, and a number of others, because we really want to be able to support a community that is representative of the folks who live around our space, but also that really models radical inclusion, acceptance, self-love, and shared support of all those who are able to come into our space. And so we have a number of offerings that support more access, like TRILLFIT Family, which thinks about young people as well as parents who have children at home. We're also creating a program currently that is for seniors. So thinking about the pandemic, and many of you working in these healthcare organizations, you know that some of the most impacted folks are our seniors, and they have a lot of challenges with being able to explore and access physical fitness. And so this is an opportunity to help create access for movement. And we really try to model that in all the things that we do. Equity is our second tenet, and we're really committed to increasing opportunities of wellness through our programming, but also providing more diverse experiences and representation in our staff, in our clients, in our partners, in our ownership. And so we've been thinking a lot about how do we do that? How do we make a place that feels inclusive where people want to work? But how do we also promote equity by ensuring that all of our staff are representative of the folks who come into our building and who live in our community? And so we really try to create different types of opportunities to increase the access to our programming, as well as lift up opportunities for equity. And so one of those is we have an instructor of color scholarship program, where we help to support 20 annually instructors of color with their training, any training that they want to do in any of our offerings, any of our class offerings. They can train in that particular offering. And we're just launching that this month for Black History Month. So it is a new program, but we're very excited about it. But that's one way that we're able to increase access, because we recognize that access is not just about what you look like and feeling like you belong, but also economics, right? Like being able to afford to pay for that often leaves people behind. And so we want to make sure that we're able to approach access and equity from all different vantage points. We also host regular meetings with local nonprofits, activists, organizers, healthcare providers, and other people working around community wellness in our communities. Not only do we work with, but they are part of our steering committee. So they also help to make decisions about the direction that our organization should go and make sure that we are actually supporting the real needs of our community. And then we also are supporting those organizations. So we do fundraisers annually. We're often thinking about how we're investing in their program and opportunities to better provide all the things that they need for their clients, like coming here and being able to talk to you, working with youth, working with seniors, working with folks who are differently abled. And that is a really important tenet for us in equity as well. We also recently launched a pledge for racial justice, anti-racism, and equality in the wellness industry. And that really is not only of us talking about what we're doing, but inviting other people in our industry to really think differently about what does equity, anti-racism, and justice look like in their organization, and how can they shift practices to better support their own communities, as well as people of color who really need access to their offerings who might not be able to get them currently. And then lastly, collaboration. Collaboration is key because we understand that decolonizing the wellness industry is not something that we can do alone. We have to be able to participate and partner with others around us. And the pledge and all the work that we do is always collaborative. We love to work with others. And that is really, I think, a key to our success. And so I talked a little bit about our donating of 3% of our annual profit to local organizations with our fundraising. We also encourage others through our pledge to make this same type of commitment to their communities. And we're really trying to model what the changes that we want to see in our industry by the things that we do and the ways that we interact, and ultimately viewing our number one impact or our benchmark of success, the way in which we are supporting our community, communities of color, people of color around us, and really lifting up health and wellness as our number one priority. So that's really just the way that we're trying to think about how we're impacting health equity and how important that is for healthy living for all people to be able to thrive. And I'll talk a little bit more about that later. But the reason why is because we understand that I'm not well if we are not well. You can't thrive in your community if the folks around you aren't thriving in your community. And so we're all dependent on each other. We all need each other to be able to live the types of lives that we want, and we're dependent upon each other. So we really have to lift up other folks as we lift ourselves up. We have to fill ourselves up to be able to fill up each other. And that's really important. We know that this public health crisis is a crisis. We know that racism is a public health crisis. And so all of these things are intertwined. And so we're trying to do our best to have our impact on health equity in our community, and are hoping that we can continue to promote that within our organization and outside of it. And so I'll talk a little bit more about that later and what that can look like for you and what our individual parts are to impacting that. But for now, we'll take a moment to restore with DJ, take a load off, and feel really what this feels like to participate and fill yourself up so that you're able to support others. I'll stop my share.
Does anyone have any questions for Megan about the organization? Okay.
Well, hi everyone. My name is DJ. I use they, them, theirs pronouns, and I'm super excited to be your instructor today for this 30-minute restore class. So what we're going to be doing is stretching it out, taking it nice and easy. This class is all levels, which means that if you've never done any sort of yoga or stretching before, I'm going to give you lots of cues to make you feel comfortable. All you need is I have a yoga mat on the floor because my floor is really hard and uncomfortable. If you have a yoga mat, feel free to grab it. If you don't have a yoga mat, if you have carpet, it's actually like really easy to do this on carpet. It's really chill, or a rug. If you don't have either of those things, maybe think about some towels that you can bunch up. We'll be in a tabletop position, right? Which is like on our hands and our knees on the floor. So anything that will be comfortable wherever you're at. Also have some water, something to towel off with, but mostly just get ready for some chill vibes, y'all. I'll be streaming our music for today at TRILLFIT. We play predominantly Black artists. And so, you know, you see those posts that are like, I wish it was Black History Month all the time. Like, this isn't a special Black History Month playlist. This is like a regular playlist, y'all. This is what we always listen to. But I'm super excited y'all get to listen to it today. There are some of my favorite songs on it. If there are any SZA fans here, I think
I love SZA. All right, can we give everybody 1 minute to set up their computers and get ready to make room to stretch? I know some of y'all are sitting on your beds. Get off of bed. I know some of you guys are in the office. Try to make as much room as you can around you. Awesome. So I will also be joining you. So if you feel a little bit uncomfortable that you're working on the screen with DJ here, me, the old lady, will be also stretching. So we'll do it together. I know some of you guys have your cameras turned off. When you're ready, let us know. I'm waiting for everybody, looking at the screen here. I'm really excited, y'all. I've been taking classes with DJ a couple of times now, and they are the best instructor. I too will take off my cardigan. Look at Candace. She's in the office. She's getting ready. All right, Fedora, Marvendi, Taisha, Kayla, Alicia, and Altani. Are y'all close to done? All right, Altani's getting out his yoga mat. All right. Let's go, DJ.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, so it's helpful to have some water nearby, something to towel off with. And the most important thing throughout class is just to be able to take deep breaths. If you can't hear anything as well, feel free to comment in the chat. You know, with Zoom and technology, we're always trying to make it work. But awesome, we'll go ahead and get started. So we're gonna start in a child's pose today. So what that means is that we're gonna come to the back of our mats. We're gonna bring our toes together, our knees out wide. We're gonna send our hips back, walk our along. Our forehead down. And we'll start to focus on slowing down and taking some deep breaths. I want you to inhale in deeply through your nose. And then exhale deeply out through your mouth. Again, in through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. We're gonna keep this breath going throughout class, y'all. If we ever come to a position that doesn't feel good, you can always come back to this child's pose. If you sit here for 30 minutes and just focus on taking deep breaths, that can be your wellness for today, y'all. So again, take those deep breaths here. I want you to let go of all the stress of today. Let go of any thoughts that aren't going to serve you, that to-do list of after class, the homework that you have to do, y'all. It's not going to help you for the next 30 minutes. Whenever those thoughts come into your head, I want you to focus on just taking a deep breath, letting it go, and just focusing on your body and your breath. Staying present. When you're ready, let's walk your hands over to the left, send your hips off to the right. You should feel this stretch in your side body. Keep this deep breath going, y'all. Beautiful work. Take one more inhale. One more exhale. And then we're gonna walk your hands through center over to the right, send your hips to the left. We'll take this side body stretch on the other side. Beautiful, y'all. Can you let any more tension go? Is there any tension in your jaw, in your neck? Beautiful. Walk your hands back to center. We're gonna make our way to tabletop. So you're gonna stack your wrists under your shoulders, your knees under your hips. And then we're gonna take what's called cat and cow. So you'll inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest, squeeze your shoulder blades to touch. And as you exhale, push the ground away around your back, belly button to spine. Again, inhale, drop your belly, lift your chest. And then exhale, push the ground away around your back. Beautiful, y'all. Take a few more rounds of this on your own breath. Take whatever feels good. Maybe you want to circle out your hips here. Whatever you do, just make it nice and even on both sides. Take what your body is telling you it needs right now. We're here for 4, 3, meet me in a tabletop in 2, and 1. Beautiful, y'all. Back to your tabletop here. I want us to turn our hands around so that our fingers are facing towards our knees. And then circle out here with a flat back, feeling the stretch in your wrists and your forearms. I don't know about y'all, but I have been on my computer all day. My wrist always gets so achy after typing all those emails. When you're ready, let's circle out in the other direction. This is a great stretch if you ever feel that your hands or forearms hurt. Beautiful, y'all. Why don't we shake out our wrists one at a time, turn them back around. And then we'll get some stretches in our upper back. Inhale your left hand up to the sky here. And then exhale, send that hand in between your right hand and your right knee. Lower your left shoulder to the ground. This is called thread the needle. You have options with your right hand. You can either slowly walk it up the corner of your mat, or you can plant it at your low back, turn your chest up to the sky, and deepen this twist, rolling your shoulders down your back, turning your chest towards the sky. Beautiful, y'all. When you're ready, let's plant your right hand, push up, extend your left hand back to the sky, lower your left hand down. We'll take this on the other side. Inhale your right hand straight up to the sky, then exhale, lower your shoulder down. Option to walk your left hand up to the corner of your mat, or you can take it to your low back, whatever feels good. Breathe here. Deep inhale. Deep exhale. And then we'll plant your left hand and open up again. Beautiful work, team. When you are ready, we're going to lower everything down to the floor. Plant your hands next to your chest. Come to the tops of your feet here. We're gonna peel up for what's called up dog. So you're rolling your shoulders down your back. Your chest is proud. You can keep your thighs nice and heavy on the floor, or if you want to go deeper, come to the tops of your feet. Let your thighs sink heavy. Beautiful work, y'all. Breathe here. Maybe it'll feel good to roll out your neck. Circle it out. Beautiful. Take it around in the other direction. When you're ready, squeeze your core. We'll come through tabletop and then tuck your toes. Send your hips up and back. This is called down dog now. And we'll pedal out side to side. So you're sending your chest towards your thighs here. Trying to get your hips as high as you can in the sky. And then one at a time, sending your heel down towards the ground. Feeling the stretch in the back of your legs. Beautiful work. How's everyone doing? You got this, team. Keep going. Yes, Malia, that looks great. Nice work. Here for 4, 3. Walk your hands to meet your feet in 2. And 1. Slowly walk your hands back to meet your feet. Beautiful, folks. We'll hang here in a forward fold, slight bend in your knees. Maybe reach for opposite elbow here, swing side to side. Beautiful. Feel this release in your low back. Great stretch if you've been sitting down all day. When you're ready, let's let that go. We'll roll up bone by bone, nice and slow. Your head is the last thing to come up. Great work, everyone. Now we're gonna take what I love, a baby back bend. Inhale your arms straight up to the sky. We're gonna keep your chest up to the sky here. Bend your elbows, roll them down your back. Here. Feel your power, feel your strength, and then lower that down. Awesome, folks. We're gonna start what we call our welcome flow. So it's a little bit of a yoga flow. Hopefully this feels good, stretches out our body. So you can meet me in the back of your mat. Always grab water whenever you need it. When you're ready, you can inhale your arms out and up. And then exhale, fold your waist with your chest and a flat back. And then we'll slowly walk our hands forward to a plank. So stack your wrists under your shoulders. You can charge your heels back. This is a little intense for you. You can always lower your knees down to the ground. It's a great modification. And then when you're ready, tuck your elbows in. We'll lower down to the ground and then come back to an up dog. You're peeling your chest up and through. Your thighs can be on the floor. You can be lifting up, whatever feels good. And then when you're ready, you can either come to that tabletop or squeeze your core and go straight to down dog. Whatever you want, we're gonna meet in this down dog. You can pedal it out nice and slow. Don't forget to take deep breaths here, y'all. This is a little intense. You always have that child's pose that we started off with. You can always take a break. When you're ready, let's walk your hands back to meet your feet. And then let's roll up bone by bone. We're gonna add on this time. So when you're ready, inhale, arms out and up. And then exhale, we'll fold again with a flat back. And walk our hands out to a plank. Nice work, team. Breathe here. Belly button to spine. Then we'll tuck your elbows lower down. And then come to an upward facing dog. Breathe here. When you're ready, squeeze your core, make your way to down dog, however you want to get here, and then pedal out side to side. I want to see what these look like, y'all.
Why you bother me? Why you bother me? Why you bother me? Last time I checked, you were the one that left me in.
Mariana's great down dog. You got it. All right, team, we're going to build on here. We're really going to stretch out your legs now. So, I want you to lift your left leg up to the sky, point your toes, and look at your hands, squeeze your knee, and step that foot up to your hands. We're in a runner's lunge. So your left knee is in line with your left ankle. If this is intense, lower your right knee down to the ground.
So why you bother me? Why you bother me?
You can still sink your hips forward here. We want to open up your hips, your legs, your thighs. So wherever this feels good, listen to your body. Wherever you are, this might be a little challenging. We're holding this for a little bit. So it's helpful to breathe through this. You are okay. Take a deep inhale. Take a deep exhale. Nice work. When you're ready, we're gonna send your hips up into the sky, straighten out your left leg for a nice hamstring pull. So think about sending your heart towards your ankle, straightening out your back. Think about turning your right hip forward towards the front of the room and really feel that deepen the stretch all the way up your left leg. And breathe here, y'all. Don't forget those inhales and exhales.
Oh, I can't lie, I want you on me.
Beautiful.
Girl, I wanna love you closely.
Ready? Let's come back to a lunge here and fold back over your left leg. This time, if you want, you can plant your right hand and twist your left hand up to the sky, feeling this in your back. Beautiful work, team. Slowly lower your left hand on the inside of your left foot. Spin your right heel down. We're gonna walk your hands to the middle of the mat, and we're in a forward fold. So slight bend in your knees here. You have some options. You can plant your hand on the ground and fold if that feels good. You can walk your hands in between your legs and pull yourself closer to your legs. You can hold on to your ankles. I want you to take whatever stretch feels the best in your body. We all have different bodies, team. You're here for 4. You're here for 3. Don't forget to breathe. Give me 2. And 1. Gently plant your hands. We're going to walk them back to your left foot. We're going to step your left foot back to your plank. And then we'll lower down. Push up to an up dog. And then make our way to a downward facing dog. And pedal your feet out side to side. Beautiful. Y'all, we just stretched out our left leg. We have to even out and do it on the right. So inhale your right leg up to the sky. And then look forward, step it through to meet your hands. Lunge on the other side. So same thing here. Your right knee is in line with your right ankle. You can lower your left knee down to the ground if that feels good. If any of y'all have been going on runs, going on long walks, or if you're like me and you sit in weird positions all day and you sit on your feet, your thighs can get really tight. This is a really great way to stretch them out. Wherever you are, lift your chest up proud, roll your shoulders down your back. It'll help you sink deeper. And then let's send your hips up to the sky, straighten out your right leg for a hamstring stretch on the other side. So again, think about sending your heart towards your ankle. Think about turning your left hip towards the front of the room. You can always have a slight bend in your right knee that helps make this feel better. Don't forget to breathe, y'all. We're here for one more breath. Inhale. Exhale. Great work. We'll come back to our runner's lunge. Again, option this time, you can keep your left hand planted and twist your right hand up to the sky. And add a twist in here. When you're ready, lower your right hand on the inside of your right foot. Spin your left heel down. Walk your hands to the middle. We're in another forward fold. This time, plant your hands in front of you. We're going to send your hips side to side, stretching out your IT band and inner thighs. Side to side. Take it as deeply as feels good, y'all. Again, great for those of us that have been sitting all day, stretching out our legs. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's walk our hands back to meet our right foot. We'll step our foot back. We're in a plank. We'll lower down. Y'all already know what's coming. Peel up to an up dog. And then squeeze your core. We'll make it back to a down dog. Pedal out side to side. Alrighty, team. We've done a lot of stretching. We're going to do our last round of stretching on our legs. And we'll move it to our other muscle groups. So inhale your left leg up to the sky again. This time, step your left foot to the outside of your hand. The outside of your mat, take it nice and wide. Beautiful. See, same option to lower your right knee if that feels good. Or you can keep it charged back. Also have the option of lowering down to your elbows. See if that really helps you open up your hips, legs.
And if I take you to the
Breathe
mall, you
here.
ain't gon' leave with nothing. Just let me show you something.
Take a deep inhale.
You could jump in, take you round town just
Take
like
a
I
deep
was your
exhale.
Uber driver.
Great work, team.
Penthouse
When you're ready, let's slowly lower your right knee down and push back up. Plant your left hand. I want you to bend your right knee and reach for your right ankle with your right hand. If you're not able to reach, that's okay. I want you just to try to squeeze that ankle as close to your booty as you can. And you can feel the stretch in the front of your right leg. Your thigh is a really big muscle. It's really hard to stretch. And so there's lots of different types of stretches for it so that we can really make sure it doesn't feel tight. When you're ready, let's lower your right heel down. We're going to take your left foot and just walk it all the way across your mat. Lower your left knee down. We're setting up for pigeon pose. You can scoot your right knee back if that feels good. Your ankle can come to a 45-degree angle. And as you sink your hips forward, you'll feel this open up your hips, your thighs. You can lower down to your elbow if that feels good. Whatever you need, y'all. We're gonna slow down here. For the rest of class, we're really gonna take it easy. Get into deep stretches now that we're warmed up. And this is one of those deep stretches, y'all. It's okay if you're not all the way folded. If you're still planting your hands, if that feels good, that's okay. As a reminder, we all have different bodies and different stretches feel good for different people. All right, y'all, great work. When you are ready, slowly push up through your hands. Tuck your right toes. And then send your left leg straight up into the sky. We're back in a down dog, lower it down. We'll take this on the other side. And then we're down on the floor for the rest of the class. So inhale your right leg up. Look forward, step it to the outside of your hands. We'll even this out, y'all.
DJ, you're a little bit low.
So remember your options, team. You can always lower your left knee down to the floor. And you can always come down to your elbows here if that feels good.
I'm still checking for my throwback since my teens go by in a car seat. And since we all grown up, you try to show me what you was trying to do now.
Keep those deep breaths going, y'all.
Play me once before, do you feel like you want me back when I dug off? I'm a trophy, back when I was nothing.
When you are ready, let's lower our back knee. Push up, and we'll reach for our left ankle again. Squeezing it in as close as we can. Sinking our hips forward. Beautiful. When you are ready, lower that left foot. You can walk your right foot all the way to the other side of your mat and lower it down for pigeon pose. Scoop your left knee back. Take this as deeply as feels good.
Just because I'm all glowed up, I already chose up. I was straight up trying to now I'm leaning towards up.
Keep those deep breaths going. Inhale through your nose. And exhale out through your mouth. Thank you so much, team. When you are ready, we'll plant both hands, tuck your left toes, send your right leg up into the sky, and lower it down. We'll lower your knees and come to our child pose. Take a deep breath here, y'all. You are most of the way through class. We are warmed up. Notice how different your body feels in this child's pose than the first one of class we took. Great work, team. When you're ready, we're gonna start our back and core stretches. I want you to come forward, lay down on your stomach. We're gonna start bow pose. Now, bow pose is pretty challenging. There's a lot that you can do here, but it's a great way to stretch out your back. So listen to your body, take it easy, y'all. We don't have to be super yogis on our first time. It is okay to take this where your body wants it. So you're gonna bend and reach for your ankles again. I want you to squeeze your core and ground your pelvis into the ground. When you're ready, roll your shoulders back, lift your chest, and we'll start to stretch. If this feels good, keep it here. If you'd like to go deeper, you can kick your feet into your hands. Feel your body rising. Roll your shoulders down your back and feel this stretch. We'll take a break, so gently lower down, bring one of your ears to the floor, and catch your breath. We'll take that one more time, stretching out our back. So if kicking into your hands does not feel good, y'all, you just had a big dinner, you do not have to do that. When you're ready, we'll bend your feet, reach for your ankles again. Again, squeeze your core, ground your pelvis to protect your low back. Roll your shoulders down your back. You can kick into your hand. Maybe if it helps this time, you can rock back and forth. If that helps you get deeper. Take whatever you need, y'all. And then we'll gently lower down, bringing your other ear to the mat. Catch your breath. And now we're gonna roll onto our backs for the rest of class. So I want you to hug your knees into your chest here and make a little ball. You can circle out on the floor, giving your low back a massage. And then we're gonna do some twists, which are really great for our low back. So keep your right knee hugged in. Extend your left leg long, and then take your left hand and twist your knee across your body. You can take your right hand, extend it out long, or you can bend your elbow if you don't have that much space. Look out over your right shoulder to deepen your twist. And just breathe here. Don't worry, don't stress. Just let your body twist, let gravity help you. Great work. Hug both of your knees back into your chest. And then we'll send your right leg out long. Keep your left knee hugged in. And then we'll take your right hand and swing that knee across. Extend your left hand out long. Look out over your left shoulder. Great work, team. When you're ready, hug both of your knees back into your chest. Great work, team. We're making it to the end. So we're gonna set up for one last stretch called Happy Baby. I want you to take your hands on the inside of your knees, reach for your big toes, and then pull your knees into your armpits. It sounds silly. This is gonna be a really great stretch. You can rock back and forth on your low back if that feels good. And y'all, that was the whole body. We started with your shoulders, your upper body, your legs, your back. Hope everything feels a little bit better now, y'all. When you're ready, let's take a triangle with your hands. So make a triangle, put it at the base of your low back, and send your feet up to the sky. So your core is slightly engaged here, but this should feel effortless. You're mostly just dangling your legs, reversing the blood. They say it's really good to have your feet above your chest just a little bit each day, which let that dangle here. Great. Then I want you to take a long body stretch, hands overhead, feet out long, like you're waking up for the first time in the morning. Great work, team. And now we're in our final resting pose. So let your feet flop out open. Take your hands along by your side and just relax. We're gonna lay here for a few moments. And for a lot of folks, this might actually be the most challenging part of class. To lay still, to not let your anxieties, to not let any of those feelings creep in, and just feel good, y'all. You just stretched your bodies, you took some deep breaths. If it helps, you can focus on the music. If it helps, you can count to 4 in your head, count your breaths, and then start again. Just be present for a moment. Let your body take in these benefits. If it's helpful, I love to read an affirmation for y'all to think about as you lay. Today's affirmation comes from Tori Player. Megan and I have the same affirmation deck. It reads, "Putting myself first in a loving way is not selfish. It is self-preservation." Again, putting myself first in a loving way is not selfish. It is self-preservation. I hope y'all feel good. When you're ready, let's slowly bring some movement into your fingers. So wiggle them out, wiggle your toes. Then we can make circles with our wrists and our ankles. And then take that long body stretch like you're waking up in the morning for the first time. Hands overhead, feet out long. And then hug your knees into yourself. Give yourself a big hug. Thank yourself for participating and engaging, y'all. Taking care of your body. When you're ready, roll over to one side. And lay here for a moment. That feels good. And then gently push yourself up to a seat. Cross your legs. And I always love to end my classes with 3 breaths to honor the space that we just shared together. So when you're ready, first I love to inhale in positivity, good vibes, good energy. And I like to exhale out stress, anxiety, worry. We don't need any more of those in our lives. Then I want us to inhale in love and empowerment for marginalized people everywhere. And we'll exhale out hatred and bigotry, get it as far away from us as we can. And lastly, inhale in love for your bodies, y'all. They are magical vessels that are keeping you alive during a pandemic. Exhale out any of the negative feelings or things that society tells us about our bodies. Y'all don't deserve that. I hope y'all feel well. I hope you feel good. That was my class, y'all. Hope you like the vibes. Thanks.
Thank you, DJ. I don't know how everybody else feels, but I feel wonderful. I didn't realize how much I needed to stretch. My favorite part was seeing all your little feet in the screen. It was okay. We didn't see all your bodies. All I needed to know that you guys were doing some stretching, because how often do you guys stretch every day? I do not. Anybody wants to say thank you to DJ? Words of affirmation for DJ and Megan.
Any questions? Any questions?
Yeah.
Thought? Let's get some feedback. How did you all feel when you were doing that?
I felt good. I didn't realize I was that tense until I started doing them stretches, and I'll definitely do them more often. I do have a question. Do you guys do this through Zoom now, or like where are you guys located?
Megan, DJ?
So right now we do teach classes on Zoom. And so we have this and all of the other styles that Megan mentioned. And then what we did this year was we closed our studio for safety reasons. But once it was safe to be outside, we did do some socially distanced outdoor classes. And so that was really fun as well. And so I think, you know, we like to check in with science and public health before we make those decisions. But that was the way that we worked out outside during quarantine to make people still feel connected, but make sure that safety was first.
Anyone else want to share sort of how the experience was for them?
I'm Marvin de Brutus. It was actually really good. Like I liked stretching and like the vibes were good. And I also liked the tree breath we took at the end. So that was great. Yeah.
I agree. And the first position that we did when we like put our head down and like we just basically folded, I thought that was like the most relaxing because you could just like focus on your breathing way more. And the other ones were good too, but when I stretched too hard, I could like, you know, my muscles were just, I don't know, opening up way too much, I guess. So that those kind of hurted, not hurted, but like, you know, like kind of sore-ish. But like the first one was very good for me personally.
Thank you. Anybody else?
I didn't realize how much I missed like group workouts. I mean, I know it's still on Zoom, but it was still so nice because I guess I've been trying to like go on walks and stuff, but nothing beats like doing something with other people.
Yeah, so true. Great. Megan, I didn't
For
know.
me,
Oh, I'm sorry.
it's okay. For me, I had been wanting to stretch, but I didn't know like how because it's kind of awkward just doing it by myself. Even though in general I felt awkward because my twin is like here, and then she's just like watching me. She's like, "What is this girl doing?" But like, I had a lot of fun, and like, it was nice listening to the music. And then, yeah, I don't know. I had been wanting to stretch, and this is a really good opportunity to do that. So thank you.
Oh, great. Thank you. Megan, did you have additional information to share?
I did if we want to do that part. But if people have more questions, I'm happy to spend time just chatting.
It's radio silence now.
Don't want to mess up the vibes, you know? People are.
No, thank you so much for that. I know that times I got a little lost, so I just went back to that child's pose, which you told us to do, you know? Because it can be sometimes challenging to follow along, but knowing that you can always go back to child's pose is wonderful. Yeah.
Well, I can talk a little bit about kind of holistic, healthy living. And you guys just experienced, you know, being with your body, taking time to do restorative things. But there are a whole other host of things that we can be employing in order to make sure that we are living healthy. If someone can make me a co-host, I can share my screen. Or if you want to stop sharing your sound, actually, DJ.
I actually think you're already a co-host.
Yeah, I think DJ just had to stop sharing their sound, and then there we go. Here we are. So, healthy living. Can anyone tell me, these are all different components you can see here in this picture of healthy living potentially. Can anyone tell me one of the things that you see here that might be part of healthy living?
Being active.
Being active. Beautiful.
Eating healthy.
Being healthy. Yes, absolutely. Eating healthy. Anyone else?
Staying hydrated.
Hydration. Yes. Drink water. Staying hydrated. Very important. Anyone else?
Being outside.
Being outside. Being in nature. Beautiful. Anyone else? I'll do one more.
Communicating with others, like having relationships.
Absolutely. Being in community is really important, to Mariana's point, right? Like group fitness, being together, part of the beauty of that you miss out when you're working out alone is community, right? Is like being amongst other people. The social aspect is really important. So can anyone tell me, like, this is kind of now a more of a community. Any other things in your community that you think are important to your health? Anyone? We said physical fitness. Y'all work with an organization that is probably good for your health, and it usually considered good for health. Any other types of things?
I'd say like the environment, like the air we breathe and stuff like that. They're really important.
Absolutely. Your environment, for sure. Anyone else?
In the chat was Imran said air quality.
Air quality, absolutely. That's part of the
Mhm.
environment. Healthcare, other things that you guys are doing virtually right now.
Education.
Education, yes, education. So these other things, right, that you don't typically think about in your health care system or part of what you do personally as far as your behaviors for health are also part of what we call the social determinants of health. So if you look at this graph, it shows that like our health behaviors are 30% of what keeps us healthy, right? That's like physical fitness, that's what we eat, that's healthy, not doing smoking or, other things that we know are not as good for our health. Those are just 30% of what makes us healthy. And 20% is healthcare. So you all are working with healthcare. That's another 20%, but actually 50% of our health comes from the physical environment, what we have around us, and our socioeconomic factors. So those are things like education, right? Like economics, transportation. We now know that racism, right, and how people treat you, it also impacts your health. Belonging, well-being, all these other social things are part of your health as well. And so these social determinants of health are also really important to how we understand health. Economic stability, like I said, employment, income, expenses, debt, those things are really important. Neighborhood and physical environment, right? Imran talked about the environment, housing, also transportation, how much access you have to green space and parks, playgrounds, walkability. Can you walk around? Education is very much important to our health. Food, as we talked about, so not only just access to food, but healthy options. Do you have access to grocery stores that provide healthy options? Community and social context. So how much can you engage with your community and other people? And how is that met with feelings that are good, with safety? DJ talked a little bit about marginalized people everywhere, right? People who are experience discrimination that can impact your health. So it's important that we are thinking about those things as well as our healthcare system, and not just our healthcare system, which we often always think about, but all these other things really are important. So the reason that we talk about health equity, which is access for everybody to have access to the things that make life good and help us live healthy lifestyles, is super important because everybody doesn't have access to that. And there are things that we can do and ways that we can engage with policy, with organizations in our community in order to help that. So one thing that we can do is get engaged. There are tons of organizations around us, and Dana-Farber is one of them. The things that you guys are working with are ways that you can get engaged around supporting health equity, right? With people who are marginalized or experiencing experiences that impact their health, like folks who are housing insecure, right? Like folks who are experiencing other things in social environments that are maybe impacting their health, that are experiencing violence for a number of reasons that are not fair or right, right? And so thinking about how you can get engaged with those organizations as your profession, as an intern, as a fellow, or even just, using your rights to vote, to protest, to stand up against injustice are all really important ways that you as young people who are shaping our future are able to support those social determinants of health, as well as the individual behaviors that you're able to participate in. And so just quickly, healthy lifestyle, the ways that you can support your own individual health. We just experienced a little bit of that, right? In this restoration, just to skip down to the center bubble here about benefits of sleeping. Sleeping is not just rest. So there is sleep when you go to bed and you fall asleep and your body does all these amazing things like repair and improve your memory and reduce your stress. But there are also these ways in which you have time to restore, like meditating, right? Taking these classes like Restore with DJ, where you breathe, you're connecting with your breath, you're connecting with your body. It doesn't have to be fitness, it can still be challenging, which I thought that was challenging. But it can still be challenging, but it's also, not necessarily physical fitness, but it's a way to just get in touch with your body and give yourself a moment to just be. I also lead a meditation on Sundays that are free. So if you ever want to join and have a moment to be in community and breathe and rest, please do that. And I'll share that information. But also a healthy diet. It supports our mental health as well as our nutritional needs, which allows us to our bodies to work better for us. So you can have more energy, your brain works more. And so that's really important. And then lastly, exercising and thinking about how you're moving. So it doesn't have to be, boot camp, which DJ and I did this morning also. But it can just be a walk, it can be a run. It can be a bike. It can be a roller skate. I'm old school, but I still like to roller skate. I don't know if folks do that anymore, but it's coming back. It's coming back. I've seen all the, but just getting out and being in nature and walking around, doing something that moves your body is really important. So these are ways that you can focus on your individual impact for your individual self, how you're filling yourself up, that you can then show up in community, get engaged in what's going on around you, and impact those other social determinants of health. So all in all, these things are really important to just living a healthy lifestyle. And one affirmation that I like to do, if you guys don't mind doing this with me to close this out, this is called a meta meditation. And so you start by saying these things to yourself, and then you say them to someone else. And so I'll say it, and then you can repeat it for yourself. And then maybe imagine, maybe it's someone else on this call that you then want to send these affirmations to so that they can feel this. So just take a few moments, find a comfortable seat, take a deep breath in and out. And I'll just start it. And you can repeat after me. May I be happy.
May I be happy.
May I be healthy.
May I be healthy.
May I be free from internal and external suffering.
May I be
free from internal and external suffering.
May I be comfortable in my body.
May I be comfortable in my body.
May I be at peace in the world.
May I
be at peace in the world.
And maybe just take a moment to feel that for yourself. And then think of someone you want to give this same feeling to. Maybe it's a loved one, maybe it's someone on this call, maybe it's a friend. And then you can just repeat after me. May you be happy.
May you be
happy.
May you be healthy.
May you be healthy.
May you be free from internal and external suffering.
May you be free from internal and external suffering.
May you be comfortable in your body.
May you be comfortable in your body.
And may you be at peace in the world.
May you be at peace in the world.
Thank you very much. I hope you all are feeling restored.
Oh,
and
you're so
happy.
cute. Hi.
Can
I see your face.
Oh, Oh. And wishing you all a great rest of your day and weekend. And please join us in the future if you're ever interested in meditating or restoring with us. Any questions?
Before we let you go, we would like the students to stay for announcements. But thank you so much, Megan and DJ, for this wonderful class. Not only did I learn a lot about health, I learned how to stretch my body. And let me tell you, I was feeling so bad that I couldn't do some of the stretches, but I will do it every day until I could do some of these stretches. Thank you so much for being here for the students, and please drop your free classes on the Sunday. I'm sure some of the students will love to participate on their free time. And with that, do we have any last questions for DJ and Megan?
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much on behalf of all the students. We hope to see you again soon, maybe for that Sunday class. All right. Bye, Megan. Bye, DJ. Students, stay on for announcements. All right. How do we feel?
Good.
You feeling good? Because I was feeling good. I was watching some of your feet move. It was like really precious that we were all exercising together. We got it. And it's a long day's work. I also feel unfit, Taisha. It's something. You like get to 25 and suddenly it's like downhill, it feels like. So announcements. So some of you guys have not yet RSVP'd to the event next week, the mid-year event. Please do so. You have to send me not only your RSVP, but who will be in attendance with you. So the name and who it is, like my mom, Tammy, will be joining me. Yeah, my mom's name is Tammy. I couldn't make up a fake name there. Okay, so send me that email. It was due today. So after this call, if you haven't done so already, RSVP. Secondly, I will be sending out a mid-year survey with all the workshops that we have, and I want you guys to rank these workshops that we've been giving you. Some of you guys who've already done the Connect profile, you just log back in and it will be on your profile. And some of you who are new, who don't know what Connect is, you will get an email with instructions. It's just a portal that we are now switching to. You will have your own username, login, it's your email to log into the profile. And as soon as you log in, the form is right there. I haven't sent it out yet, so don't go looking for it. I will let you know as soon as I send it out via email and text. And what else? And February activity. So we have a college tour coming up as well, right? So we're going to be touring College of the Holy Cross. That will be on Tuesday, February 23rd. And there's also a professional development summit upcoming. So we will send out more information about that. For the students who I normally check in on with one-on-ones, I will be sending out another email sometime this week to do a February check-in one-on-ones. So if you have accomplished some of your goals, I know some of you wanted to read books, some of you wanted to write in your schedules or calendars. Hope you're keeping at it because goals are hard to follow. Do seniors attend the college tours? The only students that do not, I believe, are
I think everybody, yeah, except those that have gotten into college, but
yeah,
you know,
seniors do attend too. I know that some of you guys already have your college acceptancy already, but please do attend.
Yeah.
The ones excused are the ones that are in college right now.
Right, of course, students in college do not need to attend the college tours unless you're considering transferring. And
yeah, so you're welcome to join if you go to that school, but you're not forced to come. And what else? Any questions for Candace and I? I know it's been a while since we've seen all your faces together. I just wanted to check in.
I'm
Oh,
just
I have a
gonna,
question.
oh, yeah, go ahead, Mary.
So, the call, well, the family call thing is next Tuesday at 5:30, right?
Yes, so if you guys are working on campus, good question. You are allowed to leave earlier. It's at 6, I believe, right? Not 5:30.
Yeah, family engagement starts at 6, so we
If you're
encourage
working
you
till
to,
5:30, you're actually allowed to leave at 5, so you can make it home in time for the event. So I know some of you guys already emailed me about that. So go ahead and let your supervisors know that you will be leaving early because you have to attend the event with your parents or sibling or guardian.
so let me just give a little background on family engagement. I usually, for those who have been in the program, we bring our families on site, we have dinner together and talk a little bit about the program. You know, we had a family engagement, so orientation. This mid-year is really an opportunity to tell your family sort of what have you been up to, you know, you're coming here to the Institute 7 to 10 hours a week. Tuesdays, you're doing some of these workshops. So we want to make sure that they have a good understanding of sort of how we're spending our time together. In fact, they're going to hear directly from a few of you. And then we will, you know, also leave time for family and or mentors, whoever you decide to bring, and you need to bring someone, ideally a family member. Um, you know, open it up for questions. We've also invited supervisors to attend as well. So they too will be, you know, and it could be an opportunity for you to reintroduce or introduce for the first time your supervisor mentor to your family member or guest. Other
Any other
questions about that? So 6 to 7.
I have a question. So if we want to reapply for the internship in the summer, when can we do it?
And we'll be talking a little bit about that, about sort of how the summer works. For those of you who are part of the academic year program, the expectation is that you will transition into the summer program automatically. If you are in good standing in your internship, along with school, you will not have to reapply for the summer program. You automatically are accepted into the program.
So we don't need to do the essay, right?
You won't need to do an essay.
Okay.
Not for the summer, but if you keep on going into the academic year, which we hope you do, you'll need to present another essay of interest. Okay.
I just have one other question. So I sent in my email saying that my mom would be with me. Is it okay if I'm like on time, but she's a few minutes late?
That's okay.
Is that okay? Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Good questions. Anything else?
What if like, because I do live a little far, well, not a little, I live like a little bit more than an hour away from my house.
Yeah.
I mean, what? From Dana Farber, brain fart. So so like, what if I'm still on the train when the Zoom call starts?
I know you've called in the past on your phone, so you could do that again, Mariana. And then as soon as you get home, switch to your computer.
Yeah. What time do you work till, generally?
Until 5:30.
We usually work till 5:30. Okay. Why don't you plan on leaving at 4:30 on that? What time do you get to your internship?
At 3.
What time?
At 3.
At 3. So yeah. Leave at 4:30. We'd love you to be home and settled. Okay, so would 4:30 give you enough time? Okay.
Okay.
I have one. Sorry.
Go ahead, Mariana.
I have
your supervisor know.
I have one more question. Do we need to do the tax return for this internship, for this work?
So some of you, yes. So some of you might have received an email, right, from PeopleSoft saying that something about your tax. I know I helped Oxum with it. Yes, so last summer when I was helping you guys with your tax forms, do you remember that? You had 2 forms to fill out and you can only do 1 each day until they approve it. Some of you might have to do that again if you receive that email. You could just fill it out exactly the same as you did over the summer because your condition hasn't changed, right? You haven't made more money or anything.
I believe the question is related to filing of taxes. Is that correct? Yeah. So I believe we can't advise around that, but I believe you have to make a certain amount to file for taxes. Again, we're not able to advise on that. So I would check with your parent in terms of, do you need to file taxes? But let me see if I can find that dollar amount, because if you make up to a certain amount, if you're under a certain amount per year, I don't think you have to file for tax.
All right.
Wait, so if I got an email about that, I have to fill it out again?
Yeah, so it's in your PeopleSoft. I know some of you, if you have questions, reach out to me. Okay. Don't sit on this because it does affect the way your taxes or that your paycheck looks when you get it. So if you don't know how to go back into PeopleSoft, let me know and then I'll help you with it.
Sandy, can I email you about this tomorrow?
Yes, you can. Yes.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Would it be easy if I showed you guys how to all get the forms now? Because it looks like all of you guys have that email.
Yeah, I have that email too.
Okay, let's do that. How do I share my screen? Oh no, screen 2. I shared the wrong screen. What do you see? Do you see the Google? Hello?
Yeah, we were just seeing the Google, but now the page was closed.
Okay, how about now?
Yes.
Yeah, now we can see it
now.
Okay. So you're gonna go to your dfcionline.org. Remember that website from way back when? And then you're gonna scroll down a little bit. And there is a little link here that says PeopleSoft. Okay, we're gonna click on PeopleSoft. And then we're gonna go into Human Resources. And then you sign in. Let me move the, let me move this over for 1 second so you don't accidentally see way too much information.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
I think last time, Rachida remembers this, but like last time my computer wasn't like, I don't
Yep.
know. It wasn't
And you
working.
are in office, so you could always
Yeah.
go into the office and I will help you on Thursdays. I'm in the office on Thursdays. Are you in the office on Thursday, Imran?
Yeah, I could be in the office by Thursdays. What time do you usually work?
9 to 5. But
Okay.
we'll chat later. Okay, so we are now in our, there's like so many things in the way. Pay and taxes, right? You go to employee self-service and there's this thing called pay and taxes. And then you click on update your tax withholding. And there should be 2. There's a federal and Massachusetts one. This is the thing that they want you to update, okay? And then you click on it. And then you click on this, it will download onto your computer and then you have to open it with Adobe. Remember that? I know this process was really hard for everybody. So if you're working on campus on a Thursday, feel free to stop by the office and I can help you with that. Any questions?
Wait, just to clarify, this is for the people who got the email, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the email should have been sent to your DFCI email, right, Oxum? Yes, okay, Oxum is nodding there. So check your DFCI email.
I have a question.
Go ahead, Anna.
So what if you don't have Adobe? Like, I don't work on a Thursday.
What are you, what is today? Tuesday? You could open it on your work computer.
Oh, I can? Okay.
Yeah. Just, you could do one this week, and then whenever you come in again, you could do it the next day that you come in, because you're only allowed to do one at a time. I remember this being a big pain problem. So you could, whenever you're in the office.
Okay.
And probably have, you know, your parents look at it, because you're gonna have to fill out a form, so you don't wanna be guessing on these tax forms. So just remember what they normally look like. All right. Any other questions?
You would need your new tax form, right? For 2021.
It shouldn't be different than what you filled out over the summer.
Okay. Because mine is about exempt and stuff.
Yep, that's the same form you're filling out. If you receive that email, it's the exact same form.
So I just have to just re-enter it.
Yep.
Okay, we could talk about it. Okay, thank you.
All right. All right, Candace, you have
Great seeing everybody. That's all.
That is all.
Very good.
Thank you, everyone. I'll see you guys next week.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, Kayla.
I'm so sorry about that.
I realized you were picking up a phone call.
Yes.
Yes. And who was it that you picked up during?
I was on the phone with my cousin. She was showing me her dog.
And that couldn't wait until after the event, the class?
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Okay. We know better for next time?
Yes, for sure. I'm so sorry.
Okay, Kayla. I'll talk to you next week.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.